Hello student. So let's see the demonstration of the lumbar vertebra. Before starting the demonstration, you should know that is the features of the lumbar vertebra. So as you know, there are the 5 lumbar vertebrae are present, and out of this first to fourth lumbar vertebra, that means L1, L2, L3 and L4, these are the typical lumbar vertebra, and the fifth lumbar vertebra, that is the L5, it is the atypical type of lumbar vertebra. The features of the lumbar vertebra, that is, it should be identified by the large body and the large vertebral foramen. The transverse process, it is small, and the spinous process, it is the quadrangular in shape. The transverse process, it consists of the accessory process, and the superior articular process on posteromedially, it shows the mammillary process. So these are the features of the lumbar vertebra. So in the diagram you can see that is the lumbar vertebra. So here you can see that is the L1 vertebra, this one, this is the L2 vertebra, this is L3, this is L4, and this is the L5, that is the atypical type of vertebra, L5, fifth lumbar vertebra, and these four are the typical type of the lumbar vertebra, this one. So here you can see that is the typical lumbar vertebra. So here you can see that is the body it is kidney shape, and its transverse length, it is more than the antero-posterior length. Then that is the vertebral foramen. So this vertebral foramen, it is triangular in shape, and it is larger than the thoracic vertebra and the smaller than the cervical vertebra. Then that is the transverse process. So transverse process, these are thin and the tapering, and it should be increases from the L1 to L3, and again it should be decreases. Then the spinous process. So here spinous process, you can see it should be quadrangular. Here the spinous process, it should be quadrangular in shape, and it is directed backwards and the downwards. Then the superior articular process. So here you can see that is the superior articular process, and these are the inferior articular process. So the length between that the superior articular process, it is larger than the inferior articular process. And the facet which is present on the superior articular process, it is concave and directed backwards and the medially. And the facet which is present on the inferior articular process, so here it is convex and directed laterally, this one. Then the transverse process on posteromedially, it shows that is the two tubercle, so that is called the accessory process, so this one. Then on the posterolaterally, there is again presence that the tubercle on the superior articular process, so this one. So that is called the mammillary process, this one. Then the superior vertebral notch. So here you can see this is the superior vertebral notch. So it is shallow, and the inferior vertebral notch, so this one, it is deep, this one. So that is the features of the typical lumbar vertebra. So this is the fifth lumbar vertebra. So that is also called the atypical type of vertebra. So here you can see first that is the body. So body, it is the largest and thick straw. Then the transverse process. So these are the two transverse process. So these are thick, short, and the pyramidal in shape. Then the spinous process. So here in this diagram you can see this is the spinous process, this one. So the spinous process, it is the thin, short, and here it should be seen, so it should be seen rounded at the tip. Then the superior articular process. So here that is the superior articular process, this one. The length between that the superior articular process and the inferior articular process, that is near about same, or the length between the inferior articular process, it is more than the superior articular process. So the superior articular process, it is directed medially and backwards, more medially and backwards. And the inferior articular process, so here you can see it should be flat and directed laterally. Then that is the on the transverse process on the posteromedially, it shows that is the two tubercle, that is called the accessory process. So this one. Then on that is the posterolaterally, here that is the two tubercle are present, that is called the mammillary process. So this one. Then the superior vertebral notch. So this one. Here you can see superior vertebral notch, it is shallow than the inferior vertebral notch. So here you can see. So that is the fifth lumbar vertebra. So here you can see that is the sacrum. It is the triangular bone and it is formed by the fusion of the five sacral vertebra. So that is the ventral view and this is the dorsal view of the sacrum. So this sacrum, it should be formed the posterior part of the bony pelvis. Then it have the base, this is the upper part, it is called the base, and the lower narrow part, it is called the apex, and the four surfaces. So here that is the concave surface, this one, so it is called the pelvic surface. Then posteriorly that the rough surface is present, so it is called the dorsal surface, and laterally this surface is present, it is called, so here you can see, that is called the lateral surface, this one, on both sides. So let's see first, that is the pelvic surface of the sacrum. So the pelvic surface, it is the plane surface and the concave, and at the center it shows that is the four transverse ridges. So these four transverse ridges, that is denotion of the attachment or the fusion of the five sacral vertebra. Then lateral to it there is presence, that is the four pairs of the foramen. So it is called the pelvic sacral foramen, and this pelvic sacral foramen, it is joins with that the sacral canal here, that is the triangular sacral canal through the intervertebral foramen, this one. Then the base, so here you can see that is the base. So base, it is formed by the body of upper surface of the body of the first sacral vertebra, this one, and it is articulates with the fifth lumbar vertebra to form the lumbosacral joints. Then the lateral to it, here you can see, it should be formed, that is the costal elements, it should be modified to form the fan-wise direction. So it is called the ala of sacrum. So the medial part of the ala, it is smooth, and the lateral part, it is rough, this one. Then the apex, so here that is the apex, it is the narrow part, and it forming that the facet, and this facet it joins with the facet of the coccyx to form the sacrococcygeal joint. So here. Then the dorsal surface, so here. So this is the dorsal or the posterior surface, and there are many modifications that should be occurs into that the dorsal surface. So first, that is the spinous process of the first to fourth sacral vertebra, it should be modified to form, that is the tubercle like structure, that is the first, second, third and the fourth. So it should be forming the crest like structure, modification of the spinous process. So it is called the median sacral crest. So this one. Then lateral to it, here you can see that is the superior articular process of the first sacral vertebra. So it is directed medially and backwards. Then the superior inferior articular process of the first sacral vertebra and the superior articular process of the other sacral vertebra, it should be joins to form or modified to form that is the tubercle like structure. So here, so it is forming that the crest like structure just lateral to the median crest. So it is called the intermediate crest. So this one. Then the spinous process of the fifth sacral vertebra, it is not joined, but it should be forming that the inverted U-shaped structure, this one. So that is called the sacral hiatus. And the inferior articular process of the fifth sacral vertebra, it should be modified to form that is the cornua. That is called the sacral cornua, which it joins with the cornua of the coccyx to form the sacrococcygeal joint. So this one. Then just lateral to the intermediate median crest, there is presence a pair of foramen. So this one. That is the four pair of foramen. That is called the dorsal sacral foramen. This one. So this dorsal sacral foramen, it joins with the vertebral canal. So this one, triangular canal, by the intervertebral foramen. So in this way, throughout this. Then just lateral to that the foramen, the transverse process, they should be attached with each other and forming that the modification. So here it should be formed that is the crest like structure on the both side. So the modification of the transverse process, it forming the crest, so it is called the lateral sacral crest, this one, on both sides. Then the lateral surface. So here you can see this is the lateral surface, this is the left lateral surface, and here on the right lateral surface, this one. So the lateral surface, it shows that the L-shaped articular surface, and it is joins with the ilium of the hip bone to form the sacroiliac joint. Then the posterior pitted surface, this one, which is rough, and that is the non-articular. So that is the modification of the costal elements of the sacral vertebra. So here on both sides, this one. So this is the dorsal surface of the sacrum. This is the lateral surface of the sacrum, and this is the pelvic surface of the sacrum. So this sacrum, it should be forming that the four joints. In the upper side here, it should be joins with the L5 vertebra to form the lumbosacral joints. On the lateral side, it joins with the hip bone to form the sacroiliac joint, and inferiorly it is joins with the coccyx to form the sacrococcygeal joint. So that is the sacrum. That is the coccyx. So this one. So the coccyx vertebra, it is formed by the four coccygeal vertebra. So that is this one, first, second, third, and this is the fourth. So that is the first coccygeal vertebra, it is more or less separate, and superiorly it should be formed the facet. So the facet, it is joins with the facet of the sacrum to form the sacrococcygeal joints. Then that is the transverse process and the superior articular process, it should be modified to form the sacral cornua, and this sacral cornua, it is joins with the cornua of the sacrum. It should be formed the coccygeal cornua, and this coccygeal cornua, it should be formed or the joins with the sacral cornua. So here to form the sacrococcygeal joint, this one. Then the remaining coccygeal vertebra, so that is this one, second, third, and the fourth. So these are only the bony nodule like structure, and they should be attached or the fused with each other. So all the four coccygeal vertebra, they are fused to form the single vertebra like the sacrum. this one. So that is the dorsal view, and that is the ventral or the pelvic view. So this one. So that is the first coccygeal vertebra, second, third, and this is the fourth.